Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, can you believe we're already in July? And of course, I had to kick off the month with a little Christmas in July fun. If you're new to the idea, Christmas in July is a midsummer celebration where we embrace all the festive cheer of the holidays right in the middle of summer. It's a fun way to take a break from the heat, and for us card makers, it's perfect excuse to pull out all our holiday supplies and start building our holiday stash nice and early. Plus, it's a refreshing change from all the summery themes we've been working on lately. The project I'm sharing today is a super beginner friendly project if you're just getting started with card making. It's also a great design if you're looking for something easy to mass produce for the holiday season. Before we dive into the card project, I'd really appreciate if you could take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me. For today's card, I'll be using the Nutcracker Die Cut Ephemera by Cat Scrappiness. This set includes 28 beautifully colored and pre-cut paper designs. Now, if you're new to die cut ephemeras, they're essentially ready to use images printed on high quality cardstock, perfect as focal points for your card fronts, scrapbook layouts, or even mini albums. I highly recommend these for beginner crafters who are still getting comfortable with stamping, coloring, or die cutting. But honestly, they are great for all skill levels too. I often use them myself when I'm mass producing card designs. This Nutcracker theme coordinates beautifully with the rest of the Cat Scrappiness Nutcracker product line. Perfect for making holiday cards quick, easy, and fun. You'll notice that this set includes a variety of beautiful designs from charming nutcrackers in two different sizes to an elegant little ballerina, which I think would work wonderfully not just for holiday cards but even for birthday cards. Now, there are 28 colored pieces in total with multiple copies of each design, usually 4 to 5 of each. So, if you were to mass produce these cards, you can easily create 4 to 5 identical cards with the same layout. When working with die cut ephemera, I like to lay all the pieces out on my work surface and select the ones that best suit my card design. As I mentioned earlier, these ephemera pieces coordinate beautifully with the Nutcracker product line by Cat Scrappiness. I also have the Nutcracker stamp set, which features the same charming designs but in a smaller size. The Nutcracker stamp also comes with a coordinating die set, allowing you to cut out the stamped and colored images with ease. It also comes with a few extra images that pair perfectly with the die cut pieces. While the ephemera designs are slightly larger than the stamped ones, they will still fit perfectly on your A2 size card fronts. If you enjoy playing with color and customizing your projects, I highly recommend adding the Nutcracker stamp and die set combo to your collection. These adorable images are perfect for building festive and charming holiday cards. For today's card, I have decided to keep the design clean and simple, focusing entirely on the Nutcracker die cut ephemera without incorporating any of those stamps or dies or any additional techniques. Now, I really wanted the adorable characters to take the center stage, so I'll be building the card entirely around those pre cut pieces. To create the background, I'll be using the pattern papers from the Nutcracker Paper Pad. This paper pad features a beautiful range of soft festive designs, and for this particular card, I've chosen a delicate pink pattern. It adds a gentle wash of color to the background, just enough to bring warmth and visual interest without drawing attention away from our main elements. The soft pink sets the perfect scene for a sweet little girl holding her nutcracker toy, accompanied by a tiny little mouse, both of which will be the focal points of our card. The color choice helps highlight the charming ephemera without making the card feel too busy or overwhelming. I wanted to create a very clean and simple look. Keeping the layout simple really allows those details to shine, making this design both beginner friendly and visually appealing. To give both of my focal point elements a bit of grounding, I decided to bring in a piece from the Lumberyard paper pad. Now, this is one of my go to paper pads when I want to add a warm wood grain texture to my cards. The patterns closely resemble hardwood flooring, which adds a cozy, homey touch to the scene, paired with a soft pink background, which could easily be imagined as a wallpaper. We are essentially creating a charming home style setting. It sets the stage beautifully for our little girl holding her Nutcracker toy and her tiny mouse friend as they send their heartfelt Christmas wishes. I love how these simple touches bring the whole scene to life in such a warm and inviting way. I added a narrow strip of that wood grain cardstock, which measures roughly around 1.5 inches wide, along the bottom of the panel. I kept it small on purpose as I really wanted the focus to remain on the die cut ephemera pieces and the soft pink background. After adhering it in place, I trimmed off any excess to clean up the edges. With the background complete, it was time to move on to the focal points, but well before adding those, I decided to stamp my sentiment. I chose the sentiment which says, "May your days be merry and bright," from the Christmas Lantern add on stamp set by Cat Scrappiness. I absolutely love this set. The font is elegant and festive, and the little Christmas florals included would make a lovely addition to any holiday card. I stamped the sentiment on a black strip of cardstock using white pigment ink, then added white embossing powder and heat set it to get that crisp, bold look. The stamp set also includes coordinating dies that allow you to cut out the sentiment perfectly. Now, whenever I use white embossing powder, I like to use a white pigment ink instead of a clear watermark ink like your Versamark ink. So here, I feel that gives the white a lot more pop as compared to your clear watermark ink. I then used the coordinating die to cut my sentiments. Now, whenever I work with sentiment strips or die cut sentiments, I prefer stacking multiple layers of cardstock behind them instead of using foam tape. I find that layering gives a more cleaner and polished look while still adding dimension to your cards. To give my sentiment a bit of dimension, I die cut the sentiment pieces thrice and carefully stack the layers together using my Barely Art liquid glue. This technique adds a subtle elevation and a clean professional finish without the bulk of the foam tape. If you don't have the coordinating dies, you can easily turn these sentiments into a strip or a label, which would look just as lovely. Alternatively, you could also stamp the sentiments directly onto the background panel for a more flat and minimal look. All of these options would work beautifully depending on the style that you're going for. With the sentiment ready, it was now time to assemble the rest of the card. I decided to keep things simple and adhered all the elements directly onto the background using liquid glue. While you can absolutely use foam tape to pop up your focal point images for additional dimension, I chose to keep everything flat, allowing the ephemera and the background to really shine without any distraction. I positioned the little girl slightly to the left of the sentiment, making her the main focal point, and placed the tiny little mouse just below the sentiment strip to create a balanced, heartwarming scene. The only added dimension on this card front comes from that layered sentiments, which helps it to stand out just enough without overwhelming the design. The final result is a very clean, simple, and full of festive charm design. I still have more of these exact same die cut ephemera pieces on hand, which means I can easily create three more cards using the same exact layout. To keep things interesting, I can make a few subtle changes like switching up the background by using different pattern papers from the same Nutcracker paper pad. That simple variation would give each card a fresh look while keeping the overall design constant. Well, for this particular card, I decided to skip adding any embellishments or bling to the front. I know that's not usually like me, but I might come back later and add a touch of sparkle, but for now, I'm keeping it clean and simple. Once the card panel was complete, I adhered it to a top folding white A2 size card base, and just like that, this card is done. I truly love how this card came together. It was quick, easy, and so much fun to make. The design is perfect for mass production, especially with all the adorable die cut ephemeras included in the pack. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video and it gave you a bit of inspiration to dive into your holiday crafting. All the supplies that I used today will be listed down in the description box below. Please know that all of those links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.